On today's episode of Buds Mafia, we have a lot of trades to break down. We break down the Brady Tkachuk trade, Joseph Woll trade, Darren Raddysh coming to Toronto, other speculation around the league, Jason Robertson, Bowen Byram, and then all the chaos in Toronto, the Knies rumors, Jim Hiller being now the coach, and maybe what's next for Toronto, other moves, and Ryan, I give my take on the poor reporting around the Matthew Knies situation. Jackson breaks down a little bit of some NFL, some free agents, and the Jeffrey Simmons signing, and then we talk about the U.S. Open, Jackson's love for Bryson DeChambeau, and we do our Drafted Travelers and our betting segments. So comment, like, subscribe. Enjoy the episode.
Tavares coming out, sends it in a goal. They score! They score! Holy mackerel, they score! Morgan Riley! Mo Riley! The Leafs have won it! They're going to the second round!
Gonna run for it, he got it! And there he goes! Inside the 10, the 5! Oh, the play of the year in the NFL!
Welcome back, everyone, to episode 74 of the Buds Mafia podcast. Filming here on a nice Monday morning. Obviously, happy Father's Day to everyone out there. Obviously, filming the day after that. We were just talking before recording, and I was kind of nervous because it's like this is the first week without, the NHL season's done and everything. I didn't think we were having much to talk about. And I mean, there was a massive trade yesterday. There's been a few minor trades. Some Leafs have been making moves. We have the draft coming up on Friday, which I'm excited to see. But yeah, definitely. I was definitely nervous about having some stuff to talk about, but now that's not the case.
I don't know. I was just going to talk about the World Cup if we didn't have anything to talk about in hockey.
We get right out of the way. My draft for dummies is just World Cup. This has been awesome. I'm watching fucking Uruguay Cape Verde last night, and it was electric. That 2-2 draw. The game was
wild, man. Wild. I don't know. I've never really been a soccer guy. I like sports where people hate each other, but turns out you can like something else that you might not like. So.
And the diving is hilarious. It pisses me off. At the same time, it's to me, honestly, I just find it hilarious now. The fact that even some of the teammates will some players like to be quick, so they'll tap the ball and then move it on. They don't even give a fuck because they know their teammates probably fucking faking and they don't even care. But I think it was Kone on Canada when he broke his leg. That was hard to watch. I saw the slow-mo of it. That was disgusting. And I'm not a soccer guy. I was watching it with my uncle who's a lot bigger soccer guy, and he didn't think it was that vicious. I just think it's just a point of contact in the way connection happened. A lot of people
afterwards that said, a lot of Canadian fans that reached out and were to the Qatar player.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was it's not worth mistakes happen, accidents happen.
I don't think it was that crazy. And I'm just shocked at for Team Canada, you don't really, if you didn't see it, you just see a guy getting a red card and a guy's leg broken. So you go talk to the guy or obviously you go start something. But apparently the Qatar coach, I don't know if you saw the Qatar coach was mad at Jesse Marsh after the game and thought he was running up the score. I'm goal differential is huge. If we didn't do that, we would be in a lot different spots. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, also score a goal.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Don't take 2 red cards and have 2. Watching your team basically have a 2-guy advantage for 60 minutes was so much fun to watch because Qatar wasn't going to do anything. It's almost impossible for them to do something at that point in time. So it was awesome. I think it's a 99.8% chance to move on. I think if we draw or win, we're obviously top 2. And I think for us, we'd have to lose, and Bosnia would have to beat Qatar by a sizable amount because of the goal differential. Because right now our goal differential is 6 because we tied Bosnia and we won by 6. So
yeah,
I think it's a draw and we're in, and that would be awesome. And that was pretty cool. We could watching that win.
Yeah, it was pretty wild, man.
Yeah, we're filming on a very Monday morning. I went out Saturday. I'm still a little hungover, honestly.
I did.
It was a lot of fun.
Sweet fuck all this weekend. Literally fuck all.
I golfed Saturday too, so it was a big day. Played pretty well.
I wanted to golf. You know what my dad did this weekend?
What did Ken do?
He drove Saturday morning. So we went to a concert Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Julian and Nathaniel Shaheen at the concert too. It's very funny.
Boys.
Very funny. But we went to a concert Wednesday night and we were looking at places to play golf Saturday or Sunday. And I was like, we're not going to find anything. I had looked.
At that point in time, I think I looked on Monday and I couldn't find
I had looked for us to play for Nick's birthday and I couldn't find anything either. So I was like, all right, whatever. It's not the end of the world. And then my dad was like, yeah. Well, I might go up to the cottage and play. And I was like, oh, okay, well, we're going to make dinner for you Saturday night for Father's Day. If you go up, just go up Friday night, come home. He goes, no, I think I'm going to think I'm just going to wake up early Saturday morning, drive to the cottage, play golf, drive home. So that's what he did. Woke up at 4 a.m, drove 3 hours, golfed till like noon, got 80, and then drove back home. Yeah, but he was so mad that he shot 80. I asked him how he played, and he said, I
What a
played like
day.
shit. He said he played like shit. I was like, are you kidding?
Jeez, the Twin Towers got him probably.
Oh my God, dude.
Did he play at Blair?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I mean, hey, fuck, do what you want. Yeah,
Then
no, we
he
can
came
get
home to a fucking nice prime.
There you go. There you go. I don't know if you want to get right into it. There's a few trades we can talk about. Obviously, we'll leave the Leaf stuff for last.
I had a draft.
Go ahead.
I wasn't going to dump anything this week.
Boy, positivity.
I was going to be positive. I was just going to draft the Scottish fans. I don't know if you've seen it at all, but it's hilarious.
It's incredible.
I'm not going to lie, though. Kevin, all day Saturday, couldn't stop saying like the Scotland's on fire chant. And he wasn't singing the words initially. So I picked him up and we went and we got like 2 cakes from this cake store down on Fairview. And then we went to the Scottish store and bought my dad like some Scottish, like he likes the meat pies and stuff. So we bought him some of those. He wouldn't stop humming it. I turned to him and I was like, dude, you need to stop. And then halfway through cooking dinner, this guy's still singing it. And then he's showing everyone the videos of all the Scottish fans. And I was like, man, I like it. I think it's really funny. You got to stop singing it. It is so annoying. But the Scottish fans took over Boston. Did you see the one guy getting upset about it?
Like that one Boston guy? No, I don't think so.
He's like, this is my city. This is my town. And the Scottish guy's like, don't care.
I think they sold like 3 times as much alcohol as I thought they were going to sell.
Dude, first of all, they ran out of beer on the one plane like that flew from Scotland to Boston. They're interviewing a guy at the airport. He gets off the plane and
that was hilarious.
Yeah, he's like, I ran out of beer, so I had to drink wine. Like, you guys got whiskey from the duty free. I'm gonna go to my digs, I'm gonna have a whiskey, and I'm gonna explore the town. Then there's a Scottish bar in Boston that has, I guess, been there for a long time, and they sold the most beer they've ever sold. And they asked the owner, and the owner was like, "Yeah, I've never had to change that many kegs in my life, ever." And then it was just they turned Fenway Park into karaoke, and in between, the announcers would be like, "The song stopped playing 5 minutes ago during the break," and all you can hear in the background is, "Yes, sir, I can boogie." It's so funny. It's hilarious. Dude, it's all I've been watching on TikTok.
I love all hearing all the chants. Did you hear the Australian chant against Trump?
No.
They're chanting like the Aussie boys are on a bender. Donald Trump is a sex offender.
The chants are, this is where Canada and the US Canada and the US don't have the culture for the soccer chants, because some of the chants are fucking like so perfect.
My God,
it's
unbelievable,
hilarious. Though at the beginning of the Red Sox game, the Scottish fans were saying, "No Scotland, no party."
I love that one. Yeah, go World. I remember we're still like not even halfway through. It's crazy. It goes to like mid-July or something. It's fucked.
Dude, that's wild.
Games are on today. I'm kind of curious. Like England must play again soon because they've only played the one game. I think they played tomorrow, actually. Now I think about it, because Canada plays.
Did you see? I just saw this morning
today.
The amount of English players who could play for different countries. Dude, Jamaica's team could be gross.
I mean, if you look at like France too, like Kylian Mbappe, like I'm pretty sure, like I think he could play. I think he's something from somewhere, or his mom or dad as well. But yeah, if you look at France, like England as well, like it is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Canada as well, right? I mean, Canada, how many, like, you know what I mean? Like that. But yeah, I don't think of anything else. Let's get right into the hockey talk. Yeah, the World Cup's been awesome. Argentina, I think, plays at 1 today. They play Austria. That should be a fucking slaughter. Yeah, we'll talk about the Leafs trades actually happened first, but we'll kind of get to the Leafs ones after, because a lot of these trades were kind of like a domino effect. Like, so Florida, I mean, who knew? When I saw they got picked 25 and a second round pick for Mackie, I don't know if you pronounce his last name, Samasevich, to Seattle.
Good job.
Attaboy. When they got that pick, I'm like, hey, man, they have 2 picks this draft. They have some future picks. They have some cap space now because of Bobrovsky. I was like, hey, they're gearing up for a move, and I just didn't think it was going to be Brady Tkachuk. First off, I liked the Samasevich trade at first. I was like, oh my God, 25 pick and second round pick, but honestly, he's 23 years old. He like back-to-back 35-point seasons. I couldn't really get a role in Florida. I mean, Seattle is just a king of just being an absolute mid-team, like just a bunch of second or third liners. But I like to trade for them. A pick 25, you're kind of hoping becomes like a 40-point winger, and I think he can do a lot more, so I don't hate that trade. And then I think it was like that trade happened like Saturday morning or Sunday morning. And then Sunday night, I'm at dinner with my parents for Father's Day, and I saw Tkachuk and I saw Florida. And
I was crying. I was crying laughing. When you texted
Ottawa,
the group chat, yeah. I was crying laughing.
I'm not watching hockey next season. Like, this is crazy.
I looked at Taylor and I was like, we could have a Ryan meltdown today.
Well, like, I don't know what Ottawa's doing.
Today.
I don't know what Ottawa's doing. Like, listen, it's the same thing with Matthews. It's the same thing. Like, you got to maximize the value.
I think we talked about this, though. Like, for as much as when we talked about who was going to be moved first, I said I could see Matthews only because Tkachuk's on a young team. They just made the playoffs. But also, there was so much rumors about Tkachuk earlier in the year before the season started.
Yeah.
That, like, I don't know. And now it's coming out, apparently, the Wild were, like, offered him like the moon for him to go there. And he obviously just wanted to go to Florida and play with his brother. Like, I don't know, you get that much back. So it's like,
what do you see his 4 teams that he said?
Oh,
Vegas, Florida, Carolina, because they won, and Minnesota. I'm surprised he didn't say Dallas. I know Dallas has been in on him for years, but they
also has done, like last year he did he did well 2 years ago against the Leafs in the playoffs. Last year, or this past year, he played 4 games, 0 points, was in -4.
Yeah.
And like, you're going to a team that is loaded. Like, that team is stacked. That's an absolute
that top 9
rat.
is horrifying.
That's an absolute rat of a team as well.
Yeah.
That team is going to bully you.
Like, your centers are Barkov, Bennett, and Lundell. And you have wingers like Tkachuks, both Tkachuks. You have Marchand, Luostarinen, Verhaeghe, Rodriguez, like that top 9's insane.
Even Boquist on their 4th line is fucking
he's good.
A good 4th line center.
Like, they're probably going to lose AJ Greer. I like AJ Greer, even though he's dirty as hell. He is an efficient guy. And they're decoy. Like, they're all locked up, at least for a few years. I like Luostarinen and Marchand. Yeah, it's just, in Ottawa, like, again, like, yes, you have 3 first-round picks. So you get pick 9 this year, top 10 picks, so you can get a valuable asset there. 25, that we just got from Seattle. 2029 first, which hilariously is top 10 protected. Fucking tree living. And a second, which I'm not sure when the second is, but
I think it was 2030.
Yeah. And like, it's a lot of value, but Ottawa still is a good team. Like, they still have pieces. They have so much cap space. It's just, I really think you should be flipping one of these picks for another asset. And something I put down below here is I heard there's a rumor of like Jason Robertson maybe getting offer sheeted by Ottawa because things in Dallas are just so far off the page. I think Robertson wants like $13 million. I don't know how much they were offering him. I don't think they want to offer him more than what they paid Rantanen, which is 12. And when they got all these picks from Florida, I was like, they can just use these picks. I thought for offer sheet, you can just decide what picks you want. I looked it up. The offer sheet picks have to be your own picks. They can't be traded picks. So I thought if it was Florida's picks, I'm like, oh, let's give them the 9, 10, whatever the fuck you want. Because you basically have 4 first-round picks this year almost, right? You have your own and 2 others, I think. And because if they were going to offer them anything over 12, it would be 4 first-round picks. But I have to be their own. I think Robertson would fit great in Ottawa. Not the best skater, but I mean, he's still a 40, 50 goal guy. I can play with Stützle. But I mean, back to Brady. I mean, Ottawa fans on Twitter, they are not happy there. And it's incredible because they chirped us about Marner and they've been chirping us about Matthews. And then, sucks to suck. How's it feel?
It's so funny. When when you texted, I was crying. I was like, first of all, Ryan's going to lose his mind because he went to Florida. And then Ryan's going to be so happy because we now have a million clips for the podcast where we can talk shit about Ottawa fans.
It's incredible. It's once a week at least.
Ryan's gonna be up and down with emotions for the next 24 hours.
It's just scary because, like, I've shit on Brady Tkachuk, but I've said, like, he is a great player. He is not the best player on a team. If he's like your second or third, maybe like 4th player, like Florida, it's Barkov, Matthew Tkachuk, and Reinhart, I would say, are all probably better than Brady on that team. But like the 4th guy is Brady Tkachuk. I mean, we've seen what he can do in big games, like, or at least in bigger moments, like Olympics, 4 Nations. He didn't play much in the gold medal game, but he
fucking
he's going to kill people.
Yeah, if he's not scoring, you have enough guys. That was the problem with fucking Ottawa. Like, if he's not scoring or he's not in front of the net directing pucks, like in deflecting pucks, then like you have a problem. And you saw that in Carolina. But if he's not scoring and you have enough talent around him, and I'm not saying that the Ottawa team didn't, but like they don't have the same talent that is anywhere near this Florida Panthers team.
Yeah.
And the Florida Panthers team missed the playoffs, but they're still gross. Like you look at their goalie, like we just talked about, their top, like that, the top 9 players is ridiculous.
Yeah. They got to figure out their goalie because. Oh, did you hear the reports of like what Bobrovsky wants to sign for?
Yes, I did. Yeah, it's kind of wild.
He's 38 years old and he wants 6 to 7 years. The money's not crazy. I mean, maybe a little, but he had a down year. But I mean, he's still a Hall of Famer, 2 Vezinas, 2 Stanley Cups. But yeah, 6. Dude, I legit thought he was going to re-sign in Florida for like 1 year, like $3 million. Like I legit thought, like, dude, you've made over $100 million in your career. Like, but I don't know, dude. If he signs a 6x6. If he signs a 6x6 in Edmonton, I'll laugh my ass off. That'd be fucking hilarious.
We'd have to get Emerson on the podcast.
He's banned us. Nah. I don't know. But yeah, I don't like, I mean, Brady is going to, I don't know if he'll get I still think that Tavares was the worst treatment I've ever seen in terms of fans and everything. We thought Marner's was going to be worse. Marner's actually wasn't that bad. I actually thought Marner's was, as much as we've discussed Marner, I don't think his was actually that bad. I think,
you know what?
It's pretty tasteful, but
I don't remember when Tavares went back the first time, if they did play the video or whatever. But I think the way that he left was a lot different. I think Marner, you kind of knew it was coming.
Yeah. Tavares promised promised Long Island he was going to come back.
Marner never made any promises. He just didn't want to be traded in the middle of the season.
Yeah, and Brady promised so many times.
He's like, I want to be here.
I've never given any indication.
Yeah, well, he can't really think that well, so.
No, he can't.
Let me tell you who's going to be happy. Who's the guy who was upset at us about talking about Tkachuk doing the signing? Caesar will be happy.
No, yeah, he's already. Yeah, he's
gonna be.
I joined his live stream the other day. I was just I quickly exited because I wanted to see what he was up to.
He didn't want to be caught.
No, I don't want to get caught. I was scared of Caesar. But yeah, that's gonna be
roasting you.
Who the fuck is this Buds and Bucks joining my live stream?
Just starts roasting the shit out of you.
But yeah, I mean, he's gonna get a bad treatment, I would say. But he's living in Sunrise, Florida for the next few years. Yeah. And so
I think he'll take a few booze in cold Ottawa to get on the plane and hop back to it's beautiful.
I'm sure him and his wife are very happy where they're about to be moving to.
He has a wife.
He's a kid. He has 2 kids, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. We briefly mentioned Marner. I do want to talk about his I didn't write it down, but his last comments about the dark times and everything. I don't know. Trust me, I think you see my class. I'm not the biggest fan of Marner. But obviously, we knew he was definitely going through dark times, and you talk about mental health. And yeah, I can shit on him, but I don't hate him that much. Like, people who actually DM this fucking guy, I think are nuts. Like I like to hide behind my screen and just make videos about him. That's basically what I like to do. But I don't I don't wish too bad on him. Like, I don't want I wish I didn't want him to win, but I just didn't like Vegas team as a whole. I think there's more than one reason. I liked Carolina more. So I don't wish too that bad. I hope he's okay. It definitely was bad times for him. And I think it was best for both parties to move on. And like I said, he had 30 fucking points in the playoffs, right? So what are you going to do? But,
I'm not laughing because of the mental health stuff. I'm laughing because of when you texted us the group chat after you put up the one thing, and then the day after Marner comes out.
Yeah, it was poor timing.
The day after, you know, it's like he knew. He knew. He's like, you know what, Ryan knows.
My number one fucking enemy.
The number one enemy. Buds and Bucks. I'm going to put out a clip. No, yeah. We've talked a lot about mental health, especially on the podcast, given in the NFL and NHL. And I feel like we say it a lot, or at least when situations like this come up. Like there was one that came up in the NFL earlier in the year. But just talk to someone. It's way easier said than done.
Yeah.
But, you know, for as much as people want to be manly men and, you know, the times have changed, you need to talk to someone.
For sure.
June is Men's Mental Health Month as well, and we want to, you know, shout out all the strong men who are surviving. And you know, it is shitty that a lot of people do make the decision every day, and just talk to someone. Get a good friend group around you. If you don't have a good friend group, there's many resources that can be used and utilized. So talk to someone. Reach out.
It was definitely poor timing of when I posted that thumbnail.
Yeah, it was so bad.
It was Marner. So I said the thumbnail said it was Marner. It was Marner And then it said same old story. And it was me just grinning ear to ear. And that was definitely not my intent. I didn't know he was going to come out like that.
No.
I thought he was honestly going to avoid the question dark times, but
yeah, what?
Yeah, dude, Leafs media on and after, they were like, "Oh, like cry me a river." I was like, guys, like, it's just me. I don't like Marner, but I'm not wishing that.
My thing as well, though,
it's crazy.
My thing as well, though, is he said that he was going to come out like after and if they win.
Yeah.
My thing is like, okay, so you lost. So if you won, what would you have said? If you won, was it going to be about mental health? Like maybe I'm reading into it a bit much.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
But like, and I think he's talked about it before, and obviously he went through shit here. Like he got robbed at gunpoint. He got absolutely berated by some media members. Don't know who they are, but like, I get it. And there's been obviously a lot of NHL players who have come out and spoken about mental health as well. And like, I don't know, they same in the NFL. You guys, you're putting your life on the line or like your livelihood is on the line every year for making fans happy, like money for yourself. It takes a mental toll overall. I get that. But also like the way that you phrased it at the beginning didn't make it seem as if it was going to be about mental health. It made it seem as if it was going to be about dark times of like when, coaches, teammates, players.
It seemed like it was going to get Toronto specific. Like it seemed like it was going to get Leafs specific.
It didn't seem like it was going to be like directed towards that. Obviously, again, I'm not saying that, I'm not diminishing what he said. I, again, agree that he probably went through a lot here. Like every type of athlete does, at some point, that's just the nature of being a professional athlete. You're going to have to deal with that stuff. They have resources around them, obviously, within these organizations. It is still horrible because obviously some of these resources don't go, or they go unused. Yeah, that was the only thing that was weird to me was it made it seem like it was going to be Toronto specific. And then after the loss, it came out. And you know what? Talking about it makes it more prevalent, whether it's good press or bad press, and Toronto media is like slandering him or whatever. Like, especially during this month, they probably shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
But I mean, good for him for talking about it.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I think, and this is not like a negative thing, I do feel like a lot of issues with him. I think people don't, it's kind of the same thing with Brady. He kind of words himself in certain situations. Like when Martin talked about the whole Trias like gods thing, Brady promising a lot, right? Like some of these players, I just don't think they do themselves many favors. And I don't really think he's like, was trying to just be a dick or any time doing that. I just think maybe it's poor wordings and just when that stuff gets around to social media and everything, like it can be manipulated. It can just be, people can take it the way, but if you see something, you can take it any way you fucking want, right? And it's not maybe the way that he intended it. So a lot of Ottawa fans they're saying like the Brady and other situations are different. Like they're not blaming Canadian media on Brady. They're saying they're blaming just Brady for being soft, basically. Like they're not happy with Brady for leaving. But
it's also
the Canadian media is that tough in Ottawa.
On sense. Like, first of all, he's getting taxed through the ass. So he's now going to Florida. We've talked about this a lot. But he's getting taxed through the ass. He's the captain of this team. And a lot of shit went down with this team with Allmark's situation this year, everything else that has gone on. And he also has been criticized before. And it's like, what? So I'm going to be the captain and the star player on this team in Canada who realistically, like, I think you and I could say they'd be a perennial playoff team if they got brought in good pieces this offseason and continued to like bolster their roster. But they're not going to reach the cup. Like, I just don't see it in the next 2 or 3 years as the expert hockey analyst of this podcast. But then you put him now and he's a secondary or tertiary guy on this Florida roster. You might see him just explode next year. Maybe he's not the guy who needs that type of spotlight that is going to be a captain of a team. Like, I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve it, but there's like, maybe he's just, I mean, look at his brother. Like, Barkov's the captain of that team. Matthew obviously is in the spotlight a lot more, but Matthew succeeds a lot more because he's not like a number one primary guy. Plus, you're not playing in a market that is crazy driven by hockey. You're playing in Florida that has got like, you've got 2 football teams, like you've got a bunch of other shit that's going on in Florida. Plus, it's just nice all the time. Who wants to go to
golf carts everywhere?
Yeah, exactly. You want to drive around in the fucking slush and snow. Like, I think we talked about this a lot.
Yeah.
Location matters a lot, especially now. Yeah. And when players are getting older, you are right. He does have 2 kids. He just welcomed his second daughter.
Yeah.
And his kids are young enough where you move them you're near your family, because I assume that his dad's probably living.
He's
His
not
dad's
saying in Ottawa.
No. So you're now near your family. You have 2 young kids. You have a young wife, or like you have a young family. Sorry, not a young wife. You have a young family, and you're near your brother, your dad, or the rest of your family. Like, that makes sense why he would want to leave. Do I blame Senators fans? No. He's probably going to get ripped apart in the media about how he's soft and how he doesn't care. But honestly, like, if I was him, yeah, I'm leaving the fucking Sens, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, when was the last time they sniffed a Stanley Cup? The fucking Panthers have been there fucking the last 2 to 3 years.
And now they're going to be right back there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think me and my brother are already trying to bet like the 2027 Eastern Conference Finals, Carolina, Florida, because I can't see any other team like competing. Like Montreal, obviously, you'll have something to say, but the way this Florida team's built. And yeah, last thing maybe on the Brady Tkachuk thing, I want to dive more into these Knies rumors. I don't think we do it every episode, but with the acquisition of Brady Tkachuk for Florida, I think Knies is the last guy you want to trade, because he can play that way. I just think, again, we'll dive deeper into the rumors and I'll say poor reporting, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing online.
Yeah,
guys flip-flopping. But yeah, he's the last guy you want to trade for to go against that Florida team. Obviously, there's still some moves to be made for Toronto. They have lots of assets, or not maybe lots of assets, but a lot of cap space and things that can be done. But if you trade Knies, like Willie's going to get killed by Brady and Matt. Matthews already takes a beating, but he's obviously a bigger, stronger guy. So now he's the last guy you need to trade, because of this trade, in my opinion, like he's the last guy you need to move on, unless you're bringing in something that can combat that, like another. Again, they're not going to trade him unless it's for a defense, but.
Other than saying they're going to bring in Radko Gudas.
I mean, my brother talked about it a lot. I think a lot of analysts now, and that's why I'm gonna talk about something about. I think Elliot Friedman's the GOAT, because we'll talk about it in a bit, just because I feel like they just say too much, and like Elliot more kind of just says what his information, and he doesn't give his opinions. Other guys give their opinions, they say what they think's going to happen, and it bites them in the ass, aka Dreger and Frank Saravalli. But we'll talk about them later. Last other moves before we maybe get to the Leafs. San Jose and Buffalo swap first-round picks. San Jose gets 27, and they also get RFA rights to Michael Kesselring. He was a big piece of that Josh Doan trade to Buffalo, and I was very high on him. He just could not get in the lineup. He never played, and he's still only like 24, 25. San Jose needs defensemen. I think they only have like 2 defensemen under contract. So right-handed defensemen can get a lot more minutes. I like that. They're definitely not done building that back in. I know they were heavily in on Darren Raddysh, but obviously we got Raddysh. We'll talk about that. But I think it's a good trade for both sides. Buffalo moves up, and they trade a guy they weren't even using, and San Jose gets a defenseman, so I like it. Jason Dickinson re-signs 5-year, $20 million with the Oilers.
Couldn't even tell you who he is.
To me, he's probably one of the best third line centers in hockey. Like I think he really. I mean, Anton Lundell definitely is number one to me, and there's others, obviously like Jordan Staal and stuff. But they got him last year from Chicago, just one of the best defensive centers or third line centers in the NHL. People are crazy about the number, $4 million a year, but again, where the salary cap's going, that's how much third liners are going to make.
Way the salary cap's moving.
Well, that's where third liners are going to make now. Is $4 million. Like I'm shocked that people were so surprised by that. But
see, I was talking when everyone was losing their mind over the Raddysh, and we're going to get to the Raddysh trade. But when everyone was losing their mind, I felt like you. I was telling everyone, I was like, man, with the way the salary cap's moving, and an $8.5 million contract is not the same as what it once was.
No, it's not.
And no one could understand or believe me. And I said, you got to listen to Buds Mafia. You got to listen to Ryan Ellis. This guy will tell you about the salary cap, and every time he gets the way the salary cap's going.
It's like Nico Hischier signing for $11 to $13 million. I think he can be a good number one center. He can be a really good number two center. That's how much a number two center is going to cost, like $11 million now, right? Like, so that's just the way it is. We talk about Robertson. That'd be interesting to see where he goes. I almost feel like that bridge is dead in Dallas. I just think they can't pay him that money, and maybe he wants to go somewhere else. If he went from Dallas to Ottawa, that'd be kind of funny though.
That would be very funny.
Bowen Byram's likely moved, which I think is crazy. Like I thought he was phenomenal for Buffalo. I think that the haul for him could be crazy. Like I think you can get a shit ton. Like I mean, that's if you're talking about Knies rumors, that's one that would probably be linked for both sides, right?
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't necessarily hate that. The only thing is he has like 1 year left. Apparently he's seeking like $10 million, which again, off the surface sounds like a lot, but like we just said, like that's just what's a tougher defenseman is going to be making that type of money. So, and again, like we said, I thought he was Deline, like I thought at burst was probably their best defenseman, but I think Bowen Byram last playoffs, I thought he was
probably the most consistent.
He was so good. All right, let's get into the Leafs stuff now. There's a lot. New coach. We didn't even talk about the new coach. Iffy on that. Knies rumors. Then a couple of trades. We'll get to the first one.
What?
Kind of a.
You know what I love? When people,
What do you love, Jackson?
when a team hires a new coach and I can't pick them out of a crowd. I want a coach who just blends in with regular society, who I've never seen, never heard of, don't care. That's what I want for a coach. Yeah,
what
nothing.
you know about Jim Miller?
Absolutely. For the first week, I thought his name was Jim Miller, not Tim Miller.
Well, we get into that now just because we brought it up. Yeah, Jim Miller. A name that we've heard nothing about. Shout out Darren Dreger for being right again. Fucking idiot. Yeah, I mean, he was the assistant under Babcock with the Leafs back in 2016 to 19 or whatever the era was. He went to the Islanders as an assistant, then he was in LA for a few years, and he was promoted to head coach, and was the head coach past 3 seasons. So he knows something about first-round losses like the Leafs. He had 3 straight first-round losses,
Perfect.
2 to Edmonton, 1 to Colorado. So you can argue that, he played 2 juggernauts of a team. And LA was kind of like a Seattle, kind of a mid-fucking team. They make playoffs, but nothing really would stand out about them, at least in my opinion. And yeah, the name was just completely off the board. Like, I really, really liked the idea of Joe Pavelski. I think we talked about that. The new era of players retiring, very smart player, understanding the new mantra of the game and everything. He's a borderline Hall of Famer. But apparently, Jacob really wanted someone who wanted to be here and has familiarity with the players. And apparently, he has a great relationship with Matthews, so that's always a good thing. And a lot of people are iffy about it. Everyone was like, this is a trade. This is an odd signing. Craig Button actually really liked the signing. He says, you don't have to build new relationships. You already have great relationships. Now it's about finding the right style of game to play. And Hiller, I think he's an analytics guy, which the music to shake his ears. We love our data here. And he wants to play a fun style of hockey, so Leafs have gone back and forth so many times. We played a fun style of hockey when it was strict and tight under Babcock, right? Then we got Keefe a bit more loosey-goosey, a little bit more freedom, but then things wouldn't go our way. So then we bring in Berube, and things go back kind of the same. And now we're going to go with a fun freewheeling style of hockey. It's okay to have structure, but it's also okay. Like, I don't know. I feel like we're just going back and forth here with
gotta find a happy middle
plays. Yeah, so we'll see. Again, I didn't want Babcock, obviously. Suck Edmonton. Did not want Laviolette. Did not want Patrick Waugh. I was okay with Cassidy, even though it just seems like going sideways from Berube to Cassidy. Even though apparently the Vegas gave permission to one team, and apparently it was Toronto. And like Chaka said, he wanted someone to be their first choice. Like apparently Cassidy was open about wanting to go to Edmonton, right? So it seems like, when we talk about Toronto, he's like, yeah, I could see it. So he really wants someone to be in Toronto, and Jim Miller was ecstatic about being in Toronto. But yeah, we'll see. Again, name completely off the board, but who am I to judge a coach? So we'll see. I'm optimistic about it. Let's get to some of these trades now. First trade kind of caught me off guard. Leafs trade Joseph Woll and Simon Benoit to Philadelphia for goaltender Sam Ersson, Emile Andre, who they're both RFAs. Ersson, to me, likely to get cut. If you look at his numbers the last few years, I think Chris Andre would have better goalie numbers than him. Emile Andre, he was a 2020 second-round pick, kind of mobile defenseman, kind of just couldn't get the minutes in Philly. And we also got third-round pick. A lot of people dogged on the trade. A lot of people valued Woll very high. I've been a fan of Woll. We talked about how the Leafs need to make a trade, and I was hoping it would be Stolarz over Woll. I'm not too butthurt about it being Woll. They both have injury issues. I think at their best, for a short period of time, Woll is shown to be better. Like I remember that one playoff run against Boston. He had like a 0.8 goals against average. Like his stats were insane. But I think at their best, over a long period of time, Stolarz is shown to be the number one guy.
Yeah.
Like they're during the first year of Berube, when they both were kind of remaining healthy before playoffs, like Stolarz was like top 5 in Vezina. Like he was incredible. And you could argue if he didn't get hurt with Bennett in the second round, that maybe things could have been a different story, right? Because Woll came in, he had the really good game 6, but other than that, we had 2 absolute blowouts on home ice. So I'm not too upset about it. We freed up cap space. I think after that trade, we had like $31 million in cap space. And then obviously bringing in Darren Raddysh, we still had quite a bit of cap space, which we haven't had in a while. Ersson, I think it's more just when you trade a goalie, you usually have to get a goalie back. So it's likely he'll get released, or maybe just be like, hey, like we're really good at developing goalies. Go look at our goalies. Like, are you okay with signing an AHL deal? We'll see. And Emile Andre, again, just his analytics back him up. He's a young puck-moving defenseman, which is kind of what we've been looking for. Again, size isn't on his size, but he's a bit smaller, but a bit stocky. He has a lot of bite to him, so
I saw a lot of people saying that he could fit in the right scheme. He just wasn't getting enough minutes.
He wasn't.
Like,
I think Philly had they had a lot of defensemen with Ristolainen, Sanheim,
so
Drysdale, Cam York. So, like we've said, we're trying to get younger, trying to get more skating on the back end. And I thought
plus if he can move the puck, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
That's
and
all they want.
I like Benoit. I think his best year was the first year with Berube, and then last year he's kind of just, again, he's like a sixth or seventh defenseman. I'm not too butthurt about losing him. It sucks because I think Woll and Benoit were both like really good buddies with Knies. Knies is just not really his last few weeks, and we'll get to Knies again. But I hope he still wants to be here after all this. After hearing all these trade rumors, probably isn't the best feeling, but I'm sure they're talking to him.
Well, at the end of the day, it's the same thing. It's like, it's a business. It's like you hear your name thrown around. I don't know. If you end up being kept, be happy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. It's a business. Like in my opinion, you can only get emotionally attached to a place if you like been there for years and years and years. And like not hockey, like just when people go back and retire as like one thing. Knies has been in the league for what, 3 years?
3 years, I think. Yes,
3. This is going into his fourth year.
Year 4, yeah.
Yeah, like this is typically the time where we talked about it before he signed kind of that bridge contract. Like typically the time where you're either going to get that big extension or you're going to get moved. And because of all of the changeover that's happened in this organization, you can't be upset with hearing your name. Like, in my opinion, you can't be upset with hearing your name in these rumors. Firstly, like also hearing his name in these rumors, people were saying you'd get an absolute haul back for Knies. So it's like, yes, it's shit to hear your name, but also you are valued so highly. This organization is only going to give you up if they get fucking like 2 first-round picks, a secondary roster player, and a defenseman, and money considerations. Like, for as much as it sounds like it's shit and that maybe this team doesn't want you, it's not maybe that they don't want you. It's also you bring so much value and what you could get back. Like, it would have to be the perfect scenario. And people are going to think I'm stupid for saying this. I know that. But, like, you can't be upset. Like, if it was Marner, and I know we just talked about Marner in, like, a good way, but this is where I think Marner, like, he didn't like the way that people talked about him on the social media and the way that like the Toronto fans were. But then also it's like he tried to drive the narrative, and he was here for a long time, but he tried to drive the narrative of like being traded and who he wants to get traded to, and ends up going to Vegas. Like, if you're Knies, it's just like I'd sit there, I'd work as hard as I can in the offseason, so that way if you are going to get traded, you're going to get the absolute bag wherever you go. And
then live up to all that value that you're at. And
so
also, like, if the value is that much and then Toronto doesn't end up trading you, they're like, hey, we value you this much.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it was really going to take a team to like overpay for them to get you, but we didn't really want to trade you anyway. It was kind of a deal that we couldn't say no to.
And then you now have more bargaining chips for when you go in to go re-sign your contract and be like, hey, you were going to give up, or you were going to get this much back for me, and I now want to sign however many years at this. And if you don't want to give that, then I know what you're getting back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I love Knies. If he makes it past, I think it's the draft is the deadline. If he makes it past the draft, then he's good. I think so. Because now there's rumors that we want a top 10 pick. We want a number 1 defenseman. Obviously, then we got Raddysh. So it's a lot in the air. And I think a lot of GMs are getting a little frustrated with Chayka because they don't know if he's fully available or if he's just fishing. I think he's a little bit fishing. I think, again, I don't think he came out and he said what I was hoping he was going to say. He's like, listen, why? If I'm trying to make the team better, why would I trade our best young forward, right? Like, I'm not saying he's like it's probable, but like it doesn't make sense. If he said it makes good sense for good writing and a good storyline, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really make sense for our club. So, but then we'll talk about the new rumors now because we're already on it. And Darren Dreger and Frank Saravalli, they're kind of all over the place with these rumors. One day they say, like Frank Saravalli said the other day, they think he'll be traded, and the next day is unlikely. Then same thing with Dreger, and that's why I only truly listen and like Elliott's the GOAT because he gives what information he is being told, and he doesn't speculate, he doesn't give his opinions. Because then that just bites you in the ass at the end of the day. Like, Dreger gets shit on by Leaf Media because, again, he says what he thinks is going to happen, which I think is a dangerous game. And I just think they give way too much. Like, it's give your information and from what you know, because then they can't get mad at you because you're just giving them what you have been told. And if you give too much information, then it's just kind of like you're too much of your opinion. It's kind of like then you get shit on. And I'm biased. I honestly, at the end of the day, I don't think he's going to get traded.
No,
just
because so
because they're asking for like a number 1 D man and like a top 10 pick in this year's draft. Looking at the teams, it's like, hey, Rangers have a top 10 pick and they have Adam Fox. that'd be a joke for them to trade that for Knies. Montreal don't have a top 10 pick, and they don't really have a defenseman that I'd want coming our way. Like, that they would actually trade, obviously, Hudson, you know what I mean? So I think it's unlikely. I just think, again, they're just, obviously, Chicago's interested in the 4th overall pick, and then we could draft the franchise defenseman or a potential one. But again, we're looking for moves right now, and that's why when Chayka in the past has said, I'm looking at this team in the future, but also the win right now. And I think if you're looking at future and now, that's nice. So, end of the day, I do think if he is traded, it will be the right move in the sense of, like, it's going to be hard to say no to. But yeah, I just think to ask. I just don't think teams are going to bite, in my opinion. And I just think, I heard Rangers and Montreal are calling, but I just don't necessarily think there's enough there for Chayka to say yes to.
Yeah, no, I agree.
All right, finally, last little piece of Leafs. Darren Raddysh. This one kind of caught me off guard.
We kind of talked about it at the, like, earlier in the year.
I definitely said I didn't want to sign him for 8 years, but... So I will say, I definitely said that. And listen, I think that's the price you got to do to get. And by the way, that to me, that AAV is great. Like, it's like we've just said, like a few minutes ago, that's 8.5 in 5 or 6 years is going to be like $5 million. And so they decided and trade for a 5th round pick.
Apparently,
he's gotten better every year.
To be. So it's
he's an Ontario boy.
Yeah, this is where
I love him because they brought up all his old tweets. And one of his old tweets was like, fucking Phaneuf. It's so good. And he's gotten better every year. 33 points 2 years ago, 37 last year, then 70 last year, 22 goals. And listen, I'm not expecting him to get 70 points because he had Kucherov, one of the best playmakers in the world, playing with him. But honestly, man, if he can get the fact that he got under $9 million, I'm very happy with, because I think that's a very easy trade down the line. Because that contract's a contract you worry about down the line when it's, when it gets to the later years, right? Because again, he's 30 years old, 8 years, it doesn't sound great. And he has a clause, I think, for the first 6 years, which is normal. Again, that's so when he downgrades to year 6, 7, or 8. But honestly, his analytics again are phenomenal. His if he can just be a 40 to 50 point defenseman, power play 1, get some goals on the back end, play 20 plus minutes a night, be our number 1 guy. I don't care to get 70 points. If you can get 40 to 50, be the number 1 guy. He's also gritty as hell. He's a big dude, and then just show that fight. Then that is the most worth it contract you could ask for, right? Like, if it was like that 7-year, $11 million, okay, you kind of have to be this 70-point guy, you know what I mean? But he doesn't have to be, in my opinion. And yeah, his only downfall is he takes a lot of penalties. I think he had 70 plus penalty minutes last year, and in the playoffs, he did take quite a bit of penalties.
Yeah.
So if we can dial that back, because he is going to be the guy, and he did play a lot last year, especially with Hedman kind of being in and out of the lineup with personal and health issues. But yeah, I love the move. Again, 8 years is tough, but I think it's a worry about it down the line, and the Leafs definitely got better. So I'm okay with it.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, last little thing here. Shout out to the Marlies, Calder Cup champions. Easton Cowan, 3 years of being a champion in a row.
That's wild.
OHL champion, then Mem Cup, and now Calder. Ben Danford was awesome. William Villeneuve, right-hand shot defenseman. I think he does like the 3rd most Calder playoff points for a defenseman in history. Yeah, and obviously, Jacob Quillen, Benoit, Olivier Groul. I mean, Arter. I mean, he was a big reason why Woll was traded, right? Arter, Akinamov, and Hildeby. So
he looks so small, though.
He is definitely not. He's not the Hildebeest. Like he's not as
6'8". No, not at all.
But yeah, no, it was awesome. I was definitely getting nervous a bit. I mean, they're up 3-0. I was like, this would be an all-time Toronto collapse, but they lost game 4.
My buddies from work went to the game.
I had a lot of the Sweaty Trio pod guys went there too, so I saw them there. Me and my dad were thinking of going, but it was kind of tight timing with the Canada game. We wanted to watch the Canada game with our uncle Bob, who came over from England, so we couldn't really watch it. But yeah, that's the last little bit of Leaf and Marlies talk. I saw you. I know Jeffrey Simmons got signed, some other free agents still available in the NFL, so I don't know if you want to break that down.
Yeah, well, I figured we should talk about a little bit of NFL stuff. Basically, I don't know. The only reason I put Jeffrey Simmons re-sign is because I kind of wanted the Bills to get Jeffrey Simmons. Obviously, I don't think they were going to. 3 years, $100 million. He's a little bit older, but obviously he's been with Tennessee for, I believe, his entire career.
Yeah.
Good for him. Gets the bag for 3 years. This is kind of a bridge deal. I think a lot of it was guaranteed. And then just some free agents that still are available. Joey Bosa. Apparently, San Francisco needs to still make room if he wants to go and play with his brother. There's a bunch of other destinations that make sense. He was really good. He did take over a few games last year, but in the playoffs, he didn't play his best.
Yeah.
The Diggs brothers, both looking for jobs, both need jobs. I'd way more likely that Stephon finds a place There's a lot of rumors that it's going to be Baltimore, Kansas City, Buffalo. I think a contending team will go out there and get him. Deebo Samuel played well last year. I think he had over 700 yards receiving in Washington. Washington had a down year. He's still a great player. He'll maybe be back in Washington depending on what happens with Brandon Ayuk. Ayuk's situation's crazy. Absolutely wild.
I don't know what's wrong with this guy. I don't know what's going on.
A little bit of CTE,
crazy.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Aaron Waller, this is crazy to me that he hasn't been signed anywhere. For as much as he's older and he unretired, and I was pretty hard on the Dolphins for going out and getting an unretired tight end, he was an absolute touchdown machine. Like, I told Nick to pick him up in fantasy.
I remember that. And
Nick was munching touchdowns.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Trayvon Diggs is just, he played one snap for the Packers last year, got burnt on a route, and then... Like, I don't know. These free agents are kind of crazy, though. And it is a little crazy to me that teams haven't taken a flyer on kind of Tyreek Hill. Like, for as much as he's coming back from that gruesome leg injury and everything, like, I could see maybe a possible reunion with Kansas City. It'd have to depend on how his physical would go. A possible reunion with Kansas City, maybe Baltimore, you know? Yeah, thanks for paying attention and looking at me, Ryan.
No, sorry. No, I'm listening. I'm looking at the Elliot Friedman, like the 32 thoughts. Like, this guy on Twitter always posts like his the main points from each podcast, and I was looking to see if there's anything on Knies. I was listening. I'm sorry, but no, there's a lot of Bobrovsky to Toronto rumors.
Be crazy. You know what? You know what would make you so happy? They gave him 6 years at $6 million.
My God. No, I just quickly said. Let's see. Toronto could go either way on Matthew Knies. They're happy to keep him, and they'll make you work to get him. He's only getting traded if you look at the deal. If you say, "Oh, okay, that's why I understand why that happened." So it's like basically like overpay or don't even call me. And yeah, apparently Bobrovsky wouldn't shock me if he ended up being their guy. And so then you go him and but then I heard like that guy would probably mean I heard like Hill to be rumors too. I think they think Archer's their future guy, just not yet. Yeah, okay, yeah. Sorry to cut you off there.
No,
buddy.
That's fine. I'm done with football now. This is why we're just an NHL podcast now.
No, that's not true.
I talk about football. Ryan stares at his phone. Says,
I was listening.
Does this guy ever shut up?
I was listening the whole time.
Let's talk about how much better I am at predicting golf than you.
I mean, it's not bad. You won your first major. I'm happy for you. Yeah, I mean,
we always seem to take a risk on either John Rahm or Bryson DeChambeau. Let's talk about these live players. They stink. They stink.
Bryson sucks.
Bryson sucks. Bryson can't hold it together.
Horrible. Yeah.
He needs to figure it out and go play YouTube. Like, this is just
play YouTube.
Just ridiculous. It's like, the last 4 majors, he's been cut. He got cut at the Open last year. He's been cut at the first 3 this year. He's only got 1 major left. Live Golf is most likely going to dissolve at the end of this year. So what are you going to do? Are you going to go back to the PGA? Like, if you look at what Koepka did, like, yes, Koepka got cut. This is a tough golf course, like a ridiculously tough golf course. Shinnecock is, if you win a U.S. Open at Shinnecock, that is arguably like Shinnecock, Oakmont.
And when the wind was blowing like the way it was, dude, like
if you can't,
green.
If you can't hit the ball straight, the greens are ridiculous. That is ridiculously tough. Like, I really like John Rahm, so I will put John Rahm to the side. It's just Bryson, man. Like, I hate Bryson. If he was in a movie, his character arc would be like a villain saying that Augusta's really like a par 67 for him or something like that. Then it'd be villain. Then it'd be good guy, and he would go up and up and up. And then just the rope incident happens where he fucking puts a rope into his eyes. God, who put that rope there? Then immediate villain arc again, and then back up to good guy. And then he says, yeah, I don't know what I want to do, if I want to play tournament golf or if I want to just do YouTube golf. And it's like, man, you got to pick a lane. Pick a lane. You could be literally, for real, one of the greatest golfers in the world. Like, his U.S. Open win against Rory was gross. Like, he can drive the ball insane. When his putting's on, he's gross. His fucking short game's immaculate. And
if he can putt, it's kind of like Brooks. If he can putt, like, he's weak. Like, he was driving the ball pretty insane. His approaches wasn't great. And yeah, he just fucking lost it. And
you get to these courses where these, like obviously, other than Augusta, you get to these courses where fucking, like, these major championships are at, and it's not always about the big driver. It's about placement. 90% of these golf courses they're playing is about ball placement and knowing your next shot. And he's a very analytical guy, obviously, as we know. He's fucking physics and math and everything for everything. But, like, maybe you don't need to have a 3D printed fucking 9-iron. Maybe you just need to play, a nice set of irons. You need to not overthink everything and overanalyze everything and just play golf. Like at some point for me, golf is not just like, you can't overanalyze everything and make it all about analytics and make it about this shot and that shot. And like, I agree. And there's a piece of that where it's like the Matt Fitzpatrick thing where he writes down every single shot. Like that's just a thing that he does.
Yeah.
Bryson using math on putting, that's fine. But then you're consistently trying to find things that at some point just play golf. Like,
yeah. I don't care if you can hit a 9-iron 200 yards, buddy. Just fucking put it in the hole. I don't care.
The PGA released a video of like all the players going and doing practice putting before like Shinnecock's first round this week. And it was like everyone using all these fancy like putting things. And it was just Brooks and Rory with one putting coach just hitting 4-footers. It's like
they just put the two tees. They just put the two tees down. Just fucking. It's
at some
old school,
point, whatever works for you works for you. But the shit that pisses me off is like he's half in, half out. Figure it out. Figure out what you want to do. But it is embarrassing that you're going to continually show up to majors and like you're just not playing enough. You're not caring enough. Like to me, it's a disgrace that you get to show up to these golf courses a little bit. Like that shit pisses me off. Like I was talking to my dad about it because my dad doesn't like Wyndham Clark that much because of the whole Oakmont thing where he ruined the...
Yeah.
But my dad was like, he's as bad as Bryson for me. And I go, man, at least Wyndham is here every single week and like playing unbelievable golf this year.
Great golf last few,
like deserving win this year, considering how tough that golf course was playing. And that's the first major like US Open that has been wire to wire kind of finish in years. Like, yes, Rory and Bryson was close, but like that was cinematic type of finish where it was not the players versus the players, it's the players versus the golf course and who could withstand like and persevere.
Yeah. I was heartbroken for Sam Burns. I love Sam Burns, and he's one of the best putters in the world, and he was on fire yesterday, and he just missed that 20-footer, and it was so close. Is he emotional after because of his dad?
That's tough.
That was our U.S. Open recap. Just shitting on Bryson.
Well, I wasn't trying to shit on him, but at the end of the day,
I've said for a while, I hate Bryson. He pisses me off. He bothers me, and yeah, you pretty much hit it on the head, nailed on the head the whole time. You're frozen here, buddy. There you go.
You froze.
I froze?
Yeah, you froze.
You froze.
No, you froze for me.
You froze. No, you froze for my Wi-Fi. I'm connected to the router, bitch.
No, I just sat there. You went like this. There too. You went like this, and you were stuck like this.
Nope. And so did you.
You were stuck like this.
No, it wasn't. All right, the Travelers.
All right. You pick first.
Yeah, I'm gonna go defending champion. I'm gonna go Keegan Bradley.
Right.
Great field.
That is good shit.
This is when Tommy blew it last year.
My dad also hates Keegan Bradley. Very opinionated. Why? I don't know. Pretty black or white, yeah. Pretty simple. Pretty plain, yeah. It's either one way or the other. I'll go Jordan Spieth.
Give me Bud Cauley, Canadian Open winner.
What's your name? My name's Bud Cauley from Alabama. I'll take Tommy.
Sweet. Give me Andrew Novak. Want him? Big hoss. Also sucked to see Rory just kind of fucking collapse on the weekend.
Everyone collapsed, dude.
Yeah.
Ludwig fucking collapsed. Ludwig played fucking...
Did you see the stat of Xander, though? He's never finished outside of the top 15 in U.S. Open history. That's insane.
Did you see Keith Mitchell? First player ever to shoot even par. Shot 41 on the front 9 of the Thursday round. Shot 29 on the... First player ever to shoot even par without shooting the front or back 9 in the 30s.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Tom Hogue. Actually, I'll take... Yeah, Tom Hogue.
But like that meme of him like walking, because he looks like the most like disheveled guy at times, and he admits it, and he's like, that's exactly how I was feeling at that time. Like shooting an even par when you probably only had like 2 pars is hilarious.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. All right, for the Travelers, Ryan got Keegan Bradley, Bud Cauley, Andrew Novak, and I've got Jordan Spieth, Tommy Fleetwood, and Tom Hogue.
Love it. I'm gonna keep with the soccer bets. I'm sure you are too. I had the Canada money line against Qatar last week. I'm gonna ride with it again. Canada money line against Swiss. I'm not sure what I kind of dropped the ball on this one. I forget what the odds are. I feel like they're pretty pick'em. I got to log back in.
Been on a little bit of a heater. Okay, so I actually can't find the odds.
Canada is plus 150. Switzerland is plus 235, and a draw plus 190. So, yeah, And then, yeah, for my bet the farm, got Canada money line, Bosnia money line against Qatar, Brazil money line against, I think they play Scotland, Morocco money line, South Africa money line, and Mexico money line.
For my lock of the week, have sorry, my phone's not working right now.
Oh, so maybe someone's Wi-Fi.
It's not. It's my phone shit. I've got Argentina money line and Messi 2 shots on target. And then for my bet the farm, it's literally Argentina money line, it's money line. Way Senegal tie, Jordan, Algeria. I took Algeria, took Portugal over Uzbekistan, England over Ghana, Panama over Croatia, and I took tie between Colombia and the Congo.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's it. That was a good episode. A little bit longer than I thought. Again, we had the break. We talked about Brady and everything for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, that was a long segment.
That was a good way to start the day. But yeah, good talking to you. And go get yourself some Rogue Energy. I tried that Arctic Freeze one on Saturday before my run, and it was absolutely delicious. I might order my next one soon. It was free shaker weekend, this one.
They're out of... They're sold out of the fucking tubs of the freezer one or whatever now.
I might there was a pink lemonade one I may give a shot though. But
the pink lemonade's the energy one though. I looked.
Was it? Oh, yeah. Okay. But yeah, go use Buds Mafia, BUDSAFIA for 10% on your next order.
Damn, that's good.
Yeah, go use that on your next order. And yeah, we gotta golf soon. We gotta do some golf content soon and just golf soon.
Yeah, we can go this week.
I'll say, yeah, we can just go morning or something. Just go Millcroft 9 holes or something in the morning. And yeah, go follow us on Instagram. We're almost at 900 followers. I think we're at 892 or 891 right now. Go follow us on Buds and Pucks at Instagram, X, and TikTok. We're almost at 2,000 on TikTok. We're like 1960 or something. Go follow us on TikTok, as well as comment, like, subscribe on YouTube and Spotify. We're almost at 400 on YouTube. So go give that a shout. And yeah, I'll talk to you later, Jackson, next week. Hopefully, we talk about Gavin McKenna being a Toronto Maple Leaf and Knies still being in Toronto.
Tavares coming out, sends it in a goal. They score! They score! Holy mackerel, they score! Morgan Riley! Mo Riley! The Leafs have won it! They're going to the second round!
Gonna run for it, he got it! And there he goes! Inside the 10, the 5!